Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It's Fatmata here from Traditionally Inspired Meaningful Art, and I'm so thrilled to have you here because in our video today, I wanted to share with you a bit about my artistic journey, and it spans well beyond sewing, and there's a lot to get into. Let's dive in. To begin, from a very young age, I would consider myself to be a creative. I love making things. I love working with my hands. I love really getting involved. But I will say the moment that I feel like I took a real turn into the arts or creative things was in middle school. I had a phenomenal art teacher, Mrs. Gaskins, and I love her dearly. She poured into us so much. We were learning about some great artists. She would encourage us to sort of study their works, but really take it and make it our own. So a lot of the various activities or projects that she would have us work on were so beyond what I think, a 7th and 8th grader would have had access to. We were working with copper sheets and burnishing them. We were, of course, making the usual paper mache, but we were also encouraged to do inspired works by the great artists of various time periods. And I just think I can't sing her praises enough. She just introduced me to so much within the art space, and it definitely left a lasting impact on me, right? It definitely did that. So moving forward, as I got into high school, I remember I would try and always make gifts for Mother's Day and Father's Day. And once that started taking off, I would actually sell pieces for other students who wanted gifts for Mother's Day and Father's Day. I would do these panels. Initially, they were on felt and they had the glitter writing. I would do florals and they were good. By the time I was a senior, I had elevated to wood pieces. I would go to Home Depot and get them cut down to size and do these floral arrangements with Dollar Tree flowers and have leather, faux leather bound edges and put all these words on it. It was quite nice. I don't even know if I have photos to share with you. If I can get my sister to share one that's at home, I'll try and insert it, but if not, just believe me, they were amazing. I found myself being on Instagram, and there are certain artists that you might follow, and I don't care how fast you're scrolling, if you see an art piece that's made by that artist, you can kind of name it immediately. And I loved that. I would kind of study their works and try and figure out what is it about this artist's work that allows it to be so identifiably their own. Is it the medium? Is it the subject matter? Is there something about their brushstrokes or the way in which they are creating these works that is so distinctly them? And I wanted to kind of understand that because as I was diving into my artistic practice, I didn't feel like I had that. I was doing a lot of commission work, so a lot of my wood burning work at least were portraits and things like that. So while the medium was quite identifiable, simply because wood burning wasn't such a popular thing, I didn't feel like there was anything else that sort of marked that and stamped it as a piece by Fatmata. And I really wanted that. As I was entering adulthood, one of the things that was really important for me was to get a really firm grounding within my faith. And it was so important for me in so many other areas of my life. I was growing, and I wanted to make sure that this area as well received enough attention and was really nurtured. So in that, one of the things that I found really fascinating were the 99 names of Allah, or the 99 names of God. And there are these names often attributed to certain characteristics and things like that that I found to be some of the most beautiful things. And just learning about it and becoming familiar with my Lord, becoming really wrapped in that was just such a beautiful practice. And I wanted to delve into that more. And at the same time, I was having this artistic sort of, it wasn't a crisis, but this artistic exploration. So I decided to combine the two and create this 99 Names art series. Now, if you've been watching this channel for a long time, it would have to be a long time, or if you stumbled upon the channel and scrolled all the way to the bottom, you would see that I think I had about 8 different episodes or videos of my 99 Names art series. And it was exciting because I was combining these two things and they served as like a balance, a yin and yang, if you will, so that as my faith or as my creativity sort of ebbed and flowed, one or the other can sort of pull me back in to say, keep going, keep going. So doing a project where I got to explore so many different mediums and art forms would hopefully inspire something in me or allow me to see a trend develop over time, or I could sort of start ruling out things. And the one consistent thing I will say in my entire 99 Names art series currently is the size. So I made sure I cut up the sizes of, the paper pieces or whatever that I'm using. And I can't think of the dimension right now, but it's like almost postcard size. It's not huge. But that will allow me to have sort of a bite-sized introduction, nothing too overwhelming. And it will allow me to at least experience it enough to see, is there potential for me to grow in this medium? I don't have to expend or exert a ton of effort sometimes on some of the pieces. And if it's something that I don't enjoy too much, I know I just have to get through that small size and then be done with it, right? And then I can rule it out. So I developed an entire list of 99 different art mediums, including different artists that I've been introduced to and trying to echo their style, trying to sort of do something inspired by their works. Again, giving myself exposure to different art forms and mediums. At the same time, I have this beautiful connection where my videos took me at least about a week to film and record and actually complete the piece of art. So that was a week that I was spending with one of the names of Allah and actually reflecting upon it and doing research on it and so many different things, where initially when I was trying to learn the names, I was sort of, you print out a sheet that you find online. I was like, okay, do I do flashcards? Like, how do I learn these? And I realized for me very quickly that that's one, not a bad place to start, but I did want the opportunity to spend a bit more time. And I felt like this art project gave me that opportunity. I was inspired to do a 99 Names art series in the summers of 2013 and 2014. An amazing community leader in Baltimore, Naima, was putting together the art of Ramadan. So those two summers, Ramadan sort of crept into the summer months, but also was aligned with Artscape, which is a huge sort of artistic fair, festival sort of thing in Baltimore. And, she put the call out for different artists. I got in and she had this space available for us to exhibit our beautiful works of art. And I got to meet so many different Islamic artists and just felt so in my element. It was incredible. But in gearing up for that exhibition, I was developing artwork. I was really into wood burning, so I did some of those. I also tested out oil paintings and did some multimedia pieces. I worked with charcoal, you name it. I went all out for this. And in seeing some of the different displays and exhibitors who were there, I thought to myself, wow, there's really something in there. So there's so much beauty in connecting faith with my artistic practice. And thus the 99 Names art series from 2014 was an idea that I had. And I was like, I really think it'd be cool if I could do a piece of artwork for each of those names. And I was going to do just one piece where I, list all the names and do that. But then I thought, well, I could go a bit deeper, do something different for each one. Then you have the voice in the back of your mind telling you, you're not a scholar. 99 different pieces, that's a lot of work. And I talked myself in and out and in and out of it until 2020. It was February of 2020 where I just went for it. I had been journaling. I had been, in this space where really developing and diving further into my faith had become a priority that could not be pushed and moved around for other things anymore. And I'd been on this journey for so long that I felt like, now's the time to really dive into this project and go for it. So I was 8 projects in, And in April of 2020 was the last project that I started. Later on this month, I will finally post it. I haven't even posted it yet. But this project is so significant to me and is so meaningful, and has taken me so long to even muster up the courage to put it together, to film, to begin, that it deserves to see the light of day. It deserves for me to give it the time and space and energy that it needs to thrive and to be available. And that is something that I think, I'm saying this out loud more so I can hear it myself. But it is beyond time for me to revisit and get back to that project, because it was a brainchild of a version of myself that was so optimistic and so excited. And I know that there's so much good in that exploration for myself before it even makes it out to anyone else. And it's such a big thing that it was so scary. And when things hit the fan in the summer of 2020, when I think I needed it the most to lean into these names the most, these characteristics, this remembrance, I got cold feet. I was just so terrified. I thought to myself, it's been 2 months and I have 8 pieces. This thing is going to take forever, right? I thought, the whispers started coming again, like, who are you to be doing this project? Like, why do you think you can do it? What do or when the project was receiving really great attention, then I felt like I was doing it because I wanted the attention, or I wanted folks to like it. And I had to, like, that's not the intention. And it was really hard. It's hard. It's hard balancing those things. But I know why the initial spark was there. And I just really want to recommit myself to it. I took it's 2 years. It's been a 2-year break, 2-year hiatus. And I can't believe it's been 2 years. And there was so much of myself that said, well, if you can't post your videos weekly, then this is going to take forever. And you wanted to do it weekly. So if you can't do it, then don't do it at all. And now 2 years later, I think to myself, even if I did just one a month, I would have been 24 more names further along in my journey than I currently am. And I know I'm talking to myself, but if you need encouragement to do something right now, to tackle a project, to get started with something that scares you, that you don't think you're qualified to do, that you have a lot of reservations about how it might be received, go for it. Because time is only going to continue moving forward. It is only going to keep going. And I really wish that I hadn't just stopped the way that I did, because there's so much, there's so much that good that could have come from it had I just been steadfast and continued on. So I hope that you received this message well. I hope that you've enjoyed seeing the artwork. Oh gosh. And I cannot wait to continue sharing more. And I am going to stop here because I am overwhelmed with emotion. But stay creative, folks. Bye-bye.